What's up, guys? Just came home from the gym and I had a thought that I wanted to share with you. As you know, I'm trying to reflect about practice and ethical living on my channel. And I'm trying to engage those thoughts in such a way that it's not gigabrain nerdy stuff from the ivory tower of neuroscience and philosophy, but so it also isn't like conventional unreflected wisdom. So just hear me out. I was having the thought of, what if our neuroscientific and cognitive psychological knowledge can inform, not determine, but inform our ethical living? Meaning, the basic thought of neuroplasticity is that our brain and our nervous system can change itself according to the triggers it experiences. And you can see it in learning, right? If you learn a math equation and you struggle with it and you really engage with it, like seeing, okay, where's my problem? Where did I go wrong? I did like 3 of those word problems, but I always seem to struggle at this particular point. What can I do to improve it, right? This begets neuroplasticity. This is the process that we call deliberate practice. And almost, I wouldn't say almost, every skill that we can learn can be influenced by this process, like deliberate practice. But what if stuff like character traits or mindsets or things associated with mental health also can function that way? I'm not saying that, just don't think that I say therapy is useless or stuff like that. No. But what if, for example, you say, okay, being charismatic means, like, as Olivia Fox-Cabane says, having warmth, power, and presence. And warmth, power, and presence just describes a certain set of traits that you can train. For example, you can train to be present. If you couldn't train to be present, the whole practice of meditation that a lot of cultures developed independently of each other over the last thousands of years wouldn't make any sense. Same thing with power. Power means like being able, or being seen as being able to influence the world around you, which is like getting strong, getting engaged with people, getting rich, whatever. I think what I'm trying to say is that what if a lot of the stuff that we don't think about can be changed by a process of deliberate practice? So for example, I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight right now. I think I'm like at 92 kilos. I don't know what that is in pounds. I think a little bit of over 200 pounds. And I would like to lose like 5 to 10 kilos. And sometimes I'm really struggling with overeating because I don't know. I'm stressed. I get home, my meal prep is already done for the day. So I haven't any prep meals, and what do? I just throw some stuff in the oven and like eat a pizza, or I go out and buy a Snickers. But those are like processes that are just trained, right? I trained them over the last 20 years, and they are most likely very well myelinated neural networks in my brain that correspond to the behavior that I just described. And what if all of the processes that I would engage in to change this behavior, like doing a very hard diet, forcing myself to do X, Y, Z, or even going to therapy for, I don't know, binge eating disorder, which I hopefully don't have. But what if all of those processes are just on a neurological level or on a cognitive level, creating so much cognitive load that they are really hard to follow? And as we know from cognitive load theory, once you leave your, as Vygotsky would call it, zone of proximal development, like if you imagine like 3 circles and in the innermost circle is your comfort zone, in the outermost circle is your panic zone, and in the middle circle is like your development zone. What if all of those processes just try to put me into the panic zone instead of the development zone? And what if by closely examining my behaviors and really engaging with them on a deliberate practice level, like for example saying, okay, I realize every time I get home around 4, I get hungry. And when I sit down, I can like chomp down either 500 calories, like a burrito, or I can chomp down on 2,500 calories because I just can eat a lot of stuff. What if I try and get into the detail of exactly this situation and train myself deliberately to do something else? I think that's maybe that's the whole point of things like cognitive behavioral therapy. But what I learned through working on my deliberate practice and also listening to people like Anders Ericsson, like Greg Goodhart, as I've been talking about, a lot of times it's not the method or the process that's the problem. Like people would say, cognitive behavioral therapy doesn't work, or like, your deliberate practice process doesn't work. But what if we just aren't engaging in it enough and on a detailed level? Like, have you really done anything to get like this scale passage on the piano up to speed and perfect? Or did you really just try maybe 10 things instead of 33? And maybe it would work on the 27th way? How can you know if it works if you haven't tried everything? And what if like our interventions for behavioral stuff, for mental health stuff, are similar to this? What if, for example, the therapy that works is the therapy that lets your brain engage in processes that beget neuroplasticity on an efficient manner, or at least on an effective manner? I know that it can take years because like your neural networks, your mental models are so enriched by maybe trauma, maybe different situations. Like for example, if I were to have an eating disorder, and it would have started with me being 14 and now I'm 27. I would have had 13 years of practicing the stuff that is correlated to this neural network. But what if, as with learning any skill, be it carpentry, be it playing an instrument, being it charismatic, what if we could change our brains by behavioral interventions that beget neuroplasticity in a deliberate practice manner like this? I don't know, I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days, and I'm also trying to do it. One of the things that I'm trying to do is like having this YouTube channel, because it forces myself to be a little bit more creative, produce more stuff. I'm using it to train myself in saying stuff on the first take and not like re-recording a voicemail that I was trying to send a friend like 5 times because I wasn't happy with it. On the other hand, I'm trying to improve my English on that occasion. But also I'm trying to reflect on my practice of practicing. And I don't want to be like an empiricist, like saying that we can explain everything, every mental state, everything with neuropsychological groundwork. I think I read too much philosophy for that to be able to do that. Yeah, but I'm just curious. And I will be posting more stuff about this. I will be reflecting about it. I'm just interested in getting it out into the world, and if only one person sees this video and engages with it, and maybe can derive some value from it, then that's fine for me. So guys, that's it for today. See you.